had some incidents of bomb threats and scares in a few centers around, but so far we've managed to counter them. The arrest of a terror suspect yesterday, it led to the recovery of 3 additional IEDs yesterday, and today we've managed to locate another 2 IEDs, one in Unamwaya, in one of the lodges, and then another one around the Mavito hub. So altogether, the joint security agencies have managed to locate 6 IEDs that within these 2 days that were meant to cause harm in those respective premises. So we're going to start by saying that, as you're aware, yesterday, the 3rd of September, around 11, the Joint Police Team of Counter-terrorism, our K9 and Crime Intelligence, together with the Territorial Police at KMP that had been deployed at Miracle Center Church, intercepted a suspected terrorist who had disguised as a churchgoer and was arrested at the main entrance to the church, and that is in Kayanja Triangle Zone, Rubaga Parish in Kampala District. We recovered an IED on him, and immediately after his arrest, he was handed over to the Joint Anti-terrorism Task Force, JAT, CMI, ISO, and CI, and the scene was processed by the bomb squad and our forensic teams, who jointly detonated the device at the scene. And of course, the scene was re-examined, and we recovered several items which showed that this was an IED that was constructed and using a food flask. Of course, there was no danger to the church members or damage to the church. And out of that arrest, we managed to identify the suspect. It was not proper for us to give out the identity, but it was done yesterday in error. So this suspect, Kintu Abdul Rahman, 28, we established that he was a resident of Mbizinya village, Buama sub-county in Mpigi. And at the time of arresting him, we found him in possession of a remote control boom. And he was one of those suspects who was on the wanted list of CMI. Of course, we are having a challenge because upon interrogation, he identified how his cell was involving 6 members, including him. So we are now actively searching for the 5 other co-conspirators who are still on the large, who are still at large, and he also managed to lead us to their 2 rented house at Lunguja Zone 8, where we recovered 3 constructed IEDs. The rental units belong to the Seventh-day Adventist Church, and our bomb experts also managed to take control, and they detonated the 3 IEDs and recovered ingredients of evidential value. The Inspector General of Police has applauded the counter-terrorism officer at Miracle Center for his initial efforts and vigilance. He used his instincts and expertise and the bomb detector that he had to detect the suspected IED that was in a black bag. And you know, the sniffer dog had sniffed at every baggage, container, packages that people were carrying, but it was not able to detect the suspected bomb that was inside the IED. So that is why this counterterrorism officer is being uploaded, because he went ahead after having observed the suspicious movement of the suspect, Kintu Abdul Rahman, and used the bomb detector that he had to thoroughly examine the black bag which he was carrying. And as a result, the terror plot was thwarted before it could advance further. This serves as another reminder for continued vigilance, not only at churches, but generally within the country. We also want to upload our JAT teams of CMI, CI, ISO, the police teams of CID, KMP, K9, and forensics, who worked tirelessly to neutralize the imminent terrorist threat. The intention of the suspect was to enter, place, discharge, or detonate the IED at Miracle Center Church with the intent to cause death or severe bodily injury. So our investigations are continuing to establish whether he is linked to a terrorist group or not, and also to locate where his co-conspirators are and have them arrested. We'd like to inform the public that the arrest and counter-terror operation has not significantly changed the security level in the country. A threat environment still exists, and as always, we've taken measures to respond and mitigate all forms of terror within the country. Now, yesterday's incident is also another reminder to Ugandans and other citizens in the country that terrorism is real, which calls for vigilance as they go shopping, traveling, while at places of worship, at their businesses, while partying and celebrating, and so on and so forth. And like I said, it is at Miracle Center, it was a food flask, but it could be any other object, a bowl, it could be in form of any other form of package. So, which calls for being very vigilant, where if you observe any unusual activity or behavior, it is important to immediately alert the police. The information that we had gotten this morning is that there were suspicions that there could be an IED that could have been planted at Mabito area. That is, it is a hub at Natete Central B Zone. So as I was coming for this briefing, it is our K9 and bomb squad. We're trying to verify the package, but it appears to be a positive package. Then the other IED has been located at Peaceful Guest House in Ngobebu Namwaya. That is where we've managed to recover it, and plans are in place to have it detonated at the scene. And so this, like I said, this brings the numbers of IEDs now recovered and detonated to 6. For now, the threat is about these terrorists with the IEDs entering premises, facilities, locations, placing their IEDs, and then eventually discharging or detonating them from a safe point using a remote control. So we call upon anybody with information regarding these bomb threats to call our National Operations Command Center Like always, we've given the contacts as 077 699 136. We've also given 0707 600 773 or toll-free number 0800 199 699. Arrested Kintu Abdul Rahman was a known suspect on the wanted list of the chieftains of military intelligence. So we also built on that intelligence from CMI and managed to deploy accordingly to see how to counter terrorist suspects who are in possession of packages. And the good thing is that when he was intercepted by the counterterrorism police officer who didn't know him but was simply doing a very thorough search, that is when he was arrested, and we alerted the other members of the Joint Anti-Terrorism Task Force, and he was ably identified by CMI as Kintu Abdul Rahman. Now we are trying to identify which terrorist organization he could be linked to, and we build further from there. But there are still 5 other suspects who are still at large. So our territorial police in Greater Masaka and Chotera district also managed to impound and recover explosives and detonators at Chirimiro Cell, Mutukula Town Council in Chotera district. This was last week, where one border rider identified as Nsamba Gerard, aged 28, was intercepted at Chirimiro Cell at 6 in the morning, 6 a.m. While transporting. He was found with a complete set of explosives and detonators. Now, on interrogating him, he claimed that the explosives had been handed over to him by a Congolese, only known by appearance, on the other side of Mutukula, Tanzania side, and was told to transport from Mutukula up to Chivale in Rakai district. So we have the suspect in custody, and we are expanding investigations in that area.